Getting matched up with anyone in UFC is a risky fight, and we see time and time again hyped up newcomers in UFC making their debut and having an awful performance. On the other hand, we see fighters shine under the bright lights in their debut. So let's take a look at 5 of the most impressive UFC debuts. Coming into the UFC, Justin Gaethje was perhaps one of the most hyped debuts in recent memory. Known for his leg kicks and constant pressure, he was matched against, at the time, a top 5 lightweight in Michael Johnson. In a press conference, the two got into heated exchanges. The fight itself had to not only be one of the greatest debuts, but one of the greatest fights. Gaethje and Johnson went toe-to-toe and slugged it out, with Johnson eventually unable to keep up and was TKO'd late in the second round. Labeled as the most important fight in UFC, Forrest Griffin took on Stephan Bonnar at the Ultimate Fighter 1 finale in 2006. Prior to this, the UFC was struggling. Spike TV refused to air the Ultimate Fighter show until UFC agreed to pay Spike to air it. Dana White and Lorenzo said this was essentially their last attempt at making the product successful. Lucky for UFC, Griffin and Bonnar put on one of the most exciting fights, trading shots back and forth, with Griffin eventually coming out as the winner via unanimous decision. Even though Griffin won the fight, Dana was so impressed by the performance he decided to give Bonnar a UFC contract. White and many have credited this fight for saving the UFC, as the fight has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Known as one of the greatest fighters, Anderson Silva had no easy task when he was slated to take on Ultimate Fight 1 veteran Chris Lieben. At the time, Chris was on a tear, accumulating a 15-1 record, winning his first 5 fights with the promotion. Though during the fight, the bout was labeled a title eliminator, with the winner facing then dominant middleweight champion Rich Franklin. Silva proceeded to finish Lieben in the first 49 seconds via TKO. Prior to entering the UFC, Michael Chandler competed in Bellator, where many saw him as one of the best lightweights. And when he debuted against Dan Hooker in UFC recently, he caught Dan with a left hook, dropping the UFC vet, and proceeded to finish via strikes. We've seen Hooker's ability to take punishment against Poirier and Barbosa, so being able to finish a crafty veteran under the expectations that were placed on him makes this one of the most impressive debuts. A famed member of the Gracie family, Royce was known as one of the pioneers of MMA, making his professional debut at UFC 1. For those not familiar, in '93, fighters fought multiple times in one night. There were no weight classes, and the sport was marketed as anything goes type bouts, with no rules aside from no biting, eye gouging, or groin shots. Gracie would start his night with the infamous bout against Art Jimerson, where Art for some reason thought it would be a good idea to take on a grappler while wearing one boxing glove. Jimerson was taken to the ground and proceeded to tap out before Gracie was able to lock in a submission. Apparently backstage, Art met Big John McCarthy, and Big John decided to give Art a quick crash course on jiu-jitsu and showed him how easily Gracie could break his arm. With Jimerson having a big boxing match coming up, he decided to not risk having a limb snapped off, so he had already made the decision that if the fight went to the ground, he would tap immediately. During his second bout, Gracie took on the always dangerous Ken Shamrock, though even Shamrock fell to Gracie and would be choked with his gi. And finally, to end the night, Royce took on Gerard Gordeau, in which Gracie took to the ground and submitted Gerard via rear naked choke. And these were 5 of the most impressive UFC debuts. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.